Hello everyone, welcome back. Parking Adventures Day 3 here and level 172, not too bad. The drop rate is still really bad for the Heim Turtles, but either way I want to show you guys the exact same team I showed you in the previous video against the Hancock fight. Just showing you guys that the team does about 10 billion HP or damage. Unfortunately, I don't think that's enough to get to level 200, which is why I'm showing you level 172. It should still be able to handle this level quite comfortably, but it really depends on your Shirahoshi and Manchuri investment. If you have them at level 150, you should be able to handle essentially like right up to level 200, maybe just before. Mine is level 120 only, so unfortunately the damage isn't the best with them. They only deal about 6 billion when you tap on them. If you have them at level 150, they should be at about attack stats 3000 and you should have a lot higher damage. You should be able to do an extra 1 to 2 billion. But regardless, if you don't have level limit break on Carrot and you're worried about damage, just add the support of Cat Viper. I don't know, Dogstorm, which is going to give you an attack boost that goes in conjunction with her orb boost. That'll just make it a lot easier to kill on the third stage. But you shouldn't see many problems with damage, even if your Carrot is not level limit break 3. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Hack support, very important. Otama as well. If you want Super Tandem, you need Otama support to change the Paralysis Orb on Nami, so that she can change her orb into Paralysis. No, change her orb into a Tandem Orb, allowing you to use the Super Tandem. So very important for damage, Otama. And of course, we have Lilith for an Orb boost, which is also very important. The damage, I feel like there is some way to optimize it. We don't have a base attack boost, and the orb boost from Lilith is only 1.75x. I think that's the reason why this team isn't able to handle to level 200. But enough yapping, let's get straight into it with Nami Friend Captain, of course. So unfortunately, this team isn't no stall. Since Shirahoshi and Mantra isn't boosted, we do have to stall for 2 turns. If you don't have a -2 cooldown ship, you have to stall another turn. If you don't have the Germa ship with mod 2 to reduce a turn of special rewind, then it's another turn of stall. So if you have a -2 cooldown ship but it's not Germa, then you need to stall 3 turns instead. If you don't have any kind of -2 cooldown ship or Germa, and you only have a -1 cooldown ship, you need to stall 4 turns. So it does scale based on what you have. Of course, if you have Shirahoshi and Manchuri expanded for some odd reason, maybe you did the old school GOP challenge too, and you have them expanded for some reason. I'm pretty sure they also get some cooldown from expansion. So if you do have that, it's less stall. But at the base, as it is right here, it's 2 turns of stall with the Germa ship being -2 cooldown and a turn of special rewind reduction, which essentially acts as an extra turn. Okay, so we're going to stall on these penguins, of course. Now, stage 2 is very important that you don't mess it up, because if you leave one of the penguins alive and they special rewind you, then it procs the support of Hack on Sabo and Koala, and it just completely messes up everything. So make sure you are swapping here, get the 2 recovery orbs, and use them up. And honestly, I'll just take my time to tap fully with these characters just to make sure these damn penguins die, because it literally can mess up your run. And then the next turn we can just kill off Bonnie, of course. Now when it comes to Zoroduro, you don't need him at level limit break 5. I'm pretty sure he still has the inflicting enemy with increased damage taken even without level limit break 5. But that's essentially all he is for on this team, is giving the enemy increased damage taken, and also of course being a pretty good booster, guaranteeing an extra drop. Now stage 3 here, the barrier is quite annoying, so we use Carrot, giving us an orb boost, matching orbs, and also allowing us to go through the barrier. Honestly, you should probably just keep your Shirahoshi and Manchuri in Psy form from the start. And for Sabo and Koala, make sure you are in their Int form. Actually, wait, no, it doesn't matter. I'm thinking about my versus Bonnie team. It really doesn't matter what form you are in for your Sabo and Koala, since they don't have type advantage anyways. But I actually would recommend starting off in the int form, because if you swap here on this stage into Sabo, you have type advantage against Koala. If you don't have your carrot at level limit break 5 or limit break 3, then having type advantage will just make sure that you can kill Koala with your Nami. And Sabo and Koala both have type advantage. Very easy kill. You shouldn't need any level limit break on carrot. Hack support there came in, allowing us to use Sabo and Koala. Our final stage, we can use a very specific special order activation. So we first use Shirahoshi and Manchuri. That will proc the support of Lilith, giving us the actual orb boost. If you use Zorojuro first, then you get a very shitty orb boost, because it doesn't apply to most of our characters. Also remove the special limiter and the attack down. Lilith will activate, changing her orb into int. Luckily, Rajoreli Gaban makes int orbs counting as matching, so we don't have to worry about that orb on Shirahoshi and Manchuri. At this point, we can use Zorojuro. Honestly, besides, the order really doesn't matter as long as you use Shirahoshi and Manchuri before Zorojuro. Now, Otama support gets rid of those paralysis orbs, very important. We can use the action special of Rajoreli Gaban. Of course, hitting a excellent will give you a lot more damage, but it doesn't seem like I'm capable of that right now. Or maybe. And the special looks great, of course. Treasure Crew's doing really well in the animations. So we get a very strong chain multiplicative buff, 2.7x. A color affinity of 3x. And then we can use Nami to give herself a tandem orb, and to give us a chain additive buff. We can use Nami's special. That'll give us chain boundary and a chain condition, or a conditional attack boost that goes through full immunity. Nami does like 3 billion damage. It's mainly because she has 3.5x base stats, being a boosted legend. We can start off with Zoro, then go Rajoreli Gaban, and then the 3 waifus to give us the super tandem boost. And then finally on your Shirahoshi and Manchuri, who has the type advantage and the 3x color affinity boost. Okay, let's do this. Him hitting great. That's not good. You can still kill quite easily. 9.9 million damage. Billion, not million. Pretty good. As I said in the previous video, I'm pretty sure that level 200 is like 30 billion. So it could be different this time. And yes, we got Heim drop. That's the first one I got today. I've been playing on Bonnie level 130, and of course beyond level 150 for Hancock. And this is the first drop I got today. And that's like 10 runs, since we do get 5 pops and 2 bosses per pop. Okay, level or 440 rainbow turtles. That's pretty good. Honestly, if you're free to play and you're not doing any pulls for the new batch, it is quite hard to get the limited time missions done, but it is quite possible as long as you have the right strategy, making sure that you are fighting the middle bosses at a high level so that they have a chance of dropping Heims. Making sure that you're running boosted characters to make sure that when you do drop Heims, you can duplicate them. And also using stamina meats to maximize the amount of runs you can do daily. But it is quite hard, but the 20 gems is kind of worth it, and you also get some extra super cola, I'm pretty sure. So thank you guys for watching. Team does pretty well, level 172. If I hit all my perfects, they should have done beyond 10 billion damage, which should get you to level about 185, I'm pretty sure. Beyond that, I think the HP will scale quite significantly, and the team will not be able to work anymore. You could use the Usopp and Sanji to give you buffs, reducing the enemy HP or increasing your stats. Of course, Usopp is probably the better option since he drastically cuts the enemy's HP, allowing you to kill them off very quickly. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm probably gonna have a level 200 team that's something else. That's why I wanted to end off this team by showing you guys just how far I can get. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.